Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and look at what we have. I was actually making myself some lunch a little bit ago, and I looked down at my phone, and XRP had jumped from like the 60 something cents to like 70 something cents, and it happened just in the snap of a finger. I was like, whoa. And then of course my phone starts lighting up. Zach Rector's pointing out here, over 25% in less than 24 hours. Here's what we look like right now on fiatleak.com. You've got a 73, almost 74 cent XRP, and it came out of nowhere, and that's a beautiful thing to look at. Look at all that XRP flying across the world. And remember, as you look at this, Korea and Japan and all that has not even woken up yet. I don't think they're up yet, or if they are, they're just now waking up. But this happened an hour or two ago. So it's getting exciting. Let's look at coin market cap. We still have about a 2.7 trillion in the market. Look at XRP, 19% in the 24 hours. It's outdoing everything. Let's go take a closer look there. All right, I'm scared. Shoot. Let me get back. Let me go back to there. 19%, so 25% in 24 hours at some point. That's exciting. Now, if you want to have a reason to get excited about XRP Las Vegas, you just got it. I can't tell you how many people said, oh, I'll come if it goes to $1 or whatever. Well, guess what? The tickets are going to be gone before it gets to $1. It's going to... the sales were already accelerating this weekend. If you're even thinking about coming and being a part of the excitement, especially associated with the price surge today, no telling what's coming ahead of us. Go ahead and get them, because you won't be able to get them if you don't. All right, now I'm having trouble uploading videos to the X platform right now, but I'll play it from here. I got on with Nick Burafedo from Link2, who is one of my sponsors, to talk about the XRP price surge and what they have going on. They're doing a lot of specials and stuff, and it's going to involve Ripple private equity too. And you need to know that against the backdrop of that XRP price today. Okay, everybody, what a great time to have a Nick Burafedo update from Link2, my sponsor, because the XRP price, I think it went from like 60 something cents to 70 or 72 cents inside of minutes, about 30 minutes to an hour ago. So take it away, Nick.
Oh yeah, it did, man. It was fun to watch. It's been a minute.
Oh my gosh.
But it sure did feel good, and it's hovering above 71 cents right now. So that's, hopefully we're moving in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
Many of our members, even before I talk about an email we sent out this morning from Link2, let me just say this. We all knew that the XRP price was lit up because our phones went nuts. I would tell you this, that the majority of Link2 members have push notifications turned on their phones. You want to know when something's going on at Link2. I mean, it's the best way for us to communicate with our customers. So if you're not one of those people that has your push notifications turned on your phone, please do it. Do it now. This way you can be up to speed, because like right now, I'm sure you got the email we sent about our Link2 tournament.
Yep.
That we started today, which is, it's a lot like that college bracket tournament, which I really can't say the name. I guess you can, but I can't say the name. But essentially the Link2 tournament started today, and what we're doing is we're taking 32 of our companies, and we're pitting them up against each other daily to see which company is the number one in the eyes of investors over the period of the tournament. So today we've got Kraken and Shield AI, and you might realize this, DAI, but we haven't had Kraken on the platform for 3 years.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, today's the first day it's back, and it's incredibly popular. So anybody that's interested in Kraken as an investment, please run over the Link2 platform. We don't have much. I can tell you that right now. We've wanted it for years and years, but it's been really, really hard to get. Shield AI is actually going against Kraken today, and Shield AI is a military AI company. And then we have Epic Games going against Dataminer is another AI company as well. So these companies are going to get pitted up against each other every day. And what our members are going to see, and why the push notifications are so important, is throughout the day, you're going to see different specials on the companies that are in these brackets. So if you're an active Link2 investor, if you're interested in seeing some different specials that we have, you're going to want to keep an eye on this. So turn on your push notifications and follow the tournament like we are each and every day.
One question: when is the Ripple bracket? I see the Kraken and Shield AI and Epic Games. When is the Ripple versus? Is that Psi Quantum that it's going to go against?
Well, I would say that Ripple being one of our top all-time investments, I would say you'll probably see Ripple in the next couple of days. So let's see it. We'll see how well it does against Kraken and others. But it'll be a whole lot of fun. And also, while I'm here in your program, I'm going to give a shout out to, in the next couple of days, we're going to be sending out invites to our Link2 investor conference in Las Vegas and our Link2 exclusive Team Apollo event. Both will be taking place on May 2nd. So if you're going out to XRP Las Vegas, be sure you're going to be there before the 2nd so you can attend the Link2 functions. And invites are going out, I hope, in the next 48 hours.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, oh, when XRP gets to $1, I'll come. Well, guess what? With what happened today, it very well could be that there won't be any tickets left by the time it gets to there when you're having a surge like we had today.
Yeah, let's just keep it going. That's for sure. Well, hey, I appreciate you having me on today. And
all right, great update. Now, people are asking why the pump today? Why is the price going crazy? Some people are thinking the imminent passage of the automated market makers. Here's Brad Garlinghouse liking that. The automated market maker for XRP ledgers now in activation, and over 80% yes votes. The AMM will be officially activated on March 22nd. Then I showed you this the other day. This was that JP Koenig, and he was talking about FEDCOIN. And somebody had this going around. He referred two or three times. He referred to this guy that used to be with the Federal Reserve, David Andolfado. Listen to this clip.
That is, people say, how can you trust the Fed to do the bookkeeping? I mean, like I said, my response is, you don't expect the Fed to kind of steal your money. I mean, if the Fed can print all the money at once, it's not going to mess around with your bookkeeping. So, we have this big spreadsheet, the blockchain if you want, but it's just managed by the Fed, and it's very cheap, much cheaper than Bitcoin, if you're willing to delegate the responsibility to a third party. But then the downsides to all of that, of course, is you'd actually suppose you didn't want the Fed to be responsible for processing the payments. I mean, suppose, the Fed will likely impose some KYC restrictions on some purchases. They might not process some purchases that you might want to undertake. And so it was at that point that I said, well, we could, if we wanted to, extend the concept one step further. I'm not saying that this is ever going to happen, but just conceptually, you could imagine not FedWire for all, but kind of like a FedCoin, where what the Fed would do is actually just issue these, Bitcoin-like objects, but and they would enforce a par exchange rate with the U.S. dollar. That would eliminate the exchange rate volatility. But they could delegate the clearing of these payments to some third party, some sort of Ripple-like protocol, or possibly
you don't say.
Even Bitcoin. I mean, we could delegate the responsibility of processing these electronic, FedCoin payments to the miners. And the idea there would be,
which you don't need. That's a pretty interesting thing for him to bring up. I happened to run across the guys from Bankless were interviewing Justin Sun. For those of you that don't know, there was a Chinese guy and a Russian guy that in the early days just happened to go sleep on the couches at Ripple. I don't think Justin Sun was sleeping on the couches, but he was an early employee of Ripple, happens to be a Chinese guy, goes on to found Tron. And then, of course, Vitalik Buterin comes and sleeps on the couch and goes on to found Ethereum. Small world, huh?
In around 2011, I graduated from Peking University in Beijing at that time, and then I applied for the graduate school in United States in UPenn. So I joined UPenn in around 2012. And then at 2012, I getting started to know about Bitcoin. So at that time, Bitcoin is around $1, trading on MTGOX. But at that time, I started to know about Bitcoin. And around 2013, I joined Ripple Labs. So at that time, it's called OpenCoin. I was I think the first Asian employee probably in Ripple Labs. And then later company rebrand to Ripple Labs. So before that it's called OpenCoin. And then rebrand to Ripple Labs. And then I was the first employee in China as well. I was sent by Ripple back to China to be the chief representative in Greater China area. So I did lots of the work to develop XRP and Ripple community at that time. And then I move on, leave Ripple, I think around 2016. Then created a new blockchain called Tron.
Okay, so there's that. Then you got Stephen Narioff commenting on John Deaton for Senate.
Massachusetts voters should wake up and realize that John Deaton, crypto aside, he is on every single issue. And John, is representing me in a case. So I've spoken in detail. But the guy is just super sharp and understands people. What I think Deaton is so powerful in is that he has an understanding of regulation, an understanding of legislatures, and he's a force of nature to begin with.
Right. That's right.
He could be the one that could get a coalition, especially if they have a majority in both houses and in the White House, and actually get appropriate legislation.
Okay, and then we got this with having to do with John Deaton. We got to show this. This is the guy that just happens to pop up. He hangs around all of the Biden and the Elizabeth Warren. He's in all these pictures with them. But he just, 9 days, I think it was 9 days after John Deaton announces he's going to run against Elizabeth Warren, all of a sudden this guy who had basically undeclared himself as to what he was, a Republican or a Democrat, all of a sudden, 9 days later, he registers to be a Republican against John Deaton, or he announces, or I think they announced that he's going to run against John Deaton. If this is not a Democrat playbook, I don't know what is. And this guy needs to be called out at every turn for what this really is. And we have no problem doing that calling out here. Now I'm going to go in DAIXRP.com and we're going to talk about the looming question. Every time we get a surge like we have today, the question is, why did it happen? And we're going to talk about that. Why? I'm going to throw a couple of things out there and give you what I think could have had something to do with it, but I'm not sure. You're never sure. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.